Hi students, in this video we will we'll write a Verilog code to simulate elevator operation using FSM. Okay, FSM here is finite state machine. So this is the state diagram which we will take the help in order to understand this elevator operation. Okay. So here the task here is that to design this logic circuit, so which helps us to move the elevator from ground floor to the other floors and back from the other floors to the ground floor. Okay, ground floor is our default floor. Okay, so like that. I am in this example I am calling this ground floor as the first floor. Okay, so that numbering will be easier. First floor, second floor, and third floor, and fourth floor. So I have named like that. So fourth floor example I am taking. Okay, so here we have to write a Verilog code to design this circuit where it takes the input from the clock and as well as which floor. Okay, so user has to give which floor. Okay, through these 4 pins. Based on that, your logic circuit should calculate and move and indicate through LEDs. There are 4 LEDs will be there to indicate through LEDs that which floor the user has pressed, and accordingly that particular LED should be glowing. Okay, so that is the task, how the program functions. So let's understand this operation using the program. So whatever the program I have written. So module elevator is the name of the module here. Input, as you can see, there are only 2 inputs. One is clock and the other one is floor. I have named the input as floor. So which floor will be given by these 4 toggle switches. Okay, next. Only one output which is of 4 bits, and that is I have named it as Y. So Y means it will give which floor. The 4 LEDs for the 4 floors, and the particular LED will be glowing depending on what floor the user has pressed or selected. Clear? So these are the code declarations now. Now coming, I will use one more variable called as CF. Here CF stands for current floor. I have named it as current floor. As you can see, it is a vector, it is a register data type of 4 bits, and I have initialized this CF to 4-tick binary 0001. It means that it is a ground floor. It is indicating the first floor. Okay. Next. Here, one more variable I have used, clock due, to reduce the clock frequency to the lower frequency, because the clock frequency which is coming out of the kit is very high frequency. To reduce to see the proper output, so we have to reduce it, reduce the clock frequency so that we can see the output. So for that I have used this clock due of 32 bits, and I have initialized to 32-bit tick decimal 0, and here always at pause edge of the clock I am counting the clock due. I am using the clock due variable to count the clock pulses. As soon as it reaches 24 clock due, then that will be taken as 1 clock pulse. So for 24 on and 24 off period, that will be taken as 1 clock pulse. So we are reducing the kit clock frequency by 24 times. That is the minimum. So instead of clock, I will be using clock due as my new clock. Okay. Next. See, for every pause edge of the clock due 24, all this operation takes place. Now let's understand what are these operations. So there are 3 if statements here. 1, else if, and else if. So here 3 operations are there, which I am checking for the in order to move the floors from bottom to top or top to bottom, depending on what is the input. Floor, you can see that floor is the input. Means the user will select which floor he wants to blow. And here I am verifying whether this floor is less than the current floor, or greater than the current floor, or equal to the current floor. Okay. So like that, all the 3 operations I am checking, and based on that I will move the values, or I will glow the LEDs. The respective LED will be glown to indicate that we are in this floor. Okay. So let's understand how these statements work. So first we will understand with an example here. First, say our floor value I have selected. We are in the ground floor. The value will be here 0, 0, 0, 1. This is the value will be here. As you can see that this is the value. Current floor will always be 0. That is chosen by here. This is the statement which will say that current flow will always be 0. Okay, and it will be assigned there also. Okay, by default it will be, this is the value will be there. Okay, now when I say I want, the user selected this 4th floor, now he wants to go to the 4th floor. Okay, that is given as input. Okay, now I have to compare with this. This is my 4th floor selection. Okay, this is floor, and your current floor is what? Now tell me, your floor is greater than or less than? Greater than. So it will be always, it is now in this case greater than. So it will fail here. Okay, it will come here else here, else if. So now it is greater. So what is, after checking here, floor seems to be greater than the current floor. So now what it does? It will shift left by once. Okay, shift left by once. Okay, what is the value here? Current floor is shifted by once. Means we will move from here to here. Okay, now new values will be stored. As all these are executed concurrently, and after the execution we are assigning every time there is a change in the current floor, I will be assigning it to y. Y is what? Your output. So new values will be assigned here, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, but it is still not equal to, floor is not equal to current floor. As you can see, floor is not still equal to current floor. So what it will be do? Again it will shift left. So again we will move from here to here, and again we will assign. So this will be 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, again still not equal to. Floor and current floor are not equal. Again it will shift by one more time. So now it will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Now it is equal. Okay, we will be assigning it. Okay. So this is one scenario. Now the user wants to come back to the second floor. Say he has pressed to the second floor. So now what happens here is that new value for the floor is, here is 4 was there, no? 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. But here the floor has already reached to this one. Now we are here actually. Current floor is this one, and the user has selected now this one. Second floor. He has to come back. Want to come down to second floor. Now when we compare here, it will be this particular statement will be active because floor value is less than the current floor. Floor value is 2, current floor value is floor. Okay, 2 and 4. Sorry, 2 and 8. Okay, so that's why it is less. So now what we have to do? Is it current floor this value? No. Okay, this condition will not be evaluated. Whereas else this is not true, so it will execute else. Then current floor will be right shifted by 1. What is current floor now? It will be right shifted by 1 means it will, from here it will come back to this one. So now it will be coming back means 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Okay, it will come back to 0, 1, 0, 0. Understood? Next, still it will compare here. It is not equal. Floor and current floor are not equal. Again what it will do? Still current floor is less than the current floor. So it will shift again. It will shift again, and we will move from here to here. Okay, this new value will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay, now floor and current floor are same. Okay, it will execute and it will be transferred to y output. So now we are at the second floor. So like this, the floor movement will be happening. Okay, and the floor movement will be indicated by 4 LEDs which we have connected to the output. Okay, this is how the elevator works. Follow? Okay, let's see the demonstration of the elevator program. This is the same program which I have written. I wrote on the board. I have taken the same program, and KSIT is my project, and I have attached this elevator program to the KSIT project. Now let's see, run all the process, that is first synthesis, then IO pin, plan ahead post synthesis, which I have already done, and here is my UCF file, user constant file, and I have assigned the outputs to the LEDs, 4 LEDs. and input to the 4 toggle switches, and by default clock is 56. Okay. Next, implement design. After assigning the ports, I am implementing next generate program file. So this will generate the bit file. Okay, here is how I transfer the bit file onto the kit. So my COM port is for this particular system is 25. I have selected the COM port. Elevator.bit is the bit file. So I'll configure now. So I'm transferring the bit file from the system onto the FPGA board. Okay, here you can see that these are the 4 floors input which I have to give. This is floor number 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is my floor 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these 4 LEDs will indicate in which floor we are currently are, and here is the input. The user will select which floor he wants to go. For example, now we are at the floor 1 and I want to go to the 4th floor. I will select the 4th floor, and you can see the movement of the elevator from first floor to the second, and second to third, and finally to the 4th. This is how it will be. Now when you don't select any of the floor, it will be coming back to the current floor, that is first floor. So if at all you want to go to the 3rd floor, then you have to make 3rd floor high, so it will go and stand it in the 3rd floor. And you want to move to the 4th floor, then you make the 3rd floor 0 and 4th floor high, and it will move to the 4th floor. Okay, like this. Okay.